Hey, Steve Basic Architect. I know you're probably wondering, where the hell is he? I am in a limestone mine in northern Alabama. Yeah, this is the Alabama Limestone Company, or Vetter Stone Company. They have a mine down here in Alabama. They have a quarry up in Minnesota. And down here they mine limestone. We're down here with one of our clients because we're thinking about using this limestone as a cladding for one of our upcoming projects. So we wanted to come down here, see their operations, and man, it doesn't disappoint. The scale down here is absolutely incredible. This is about 16-foot ceiling. They're gonna go down about another 8 feet, 10 feet below us here and cut out the floor. They start out with the 16-foot, cut out all those slabs, haul them all out, and then they'd cut out the floor. So we're gonna take a look at some of the machinery. You can see over here, this is one of their cutters. Now, their cutter, not to oversimplify it, but it's just a giant diamond chainsaw, right? That basically slides in and cuts into the wall system. Now, this is their newest machine. It's highly versatile in the sense that you can see the blade there. It's in an orientation where it can cut down along the bottom of the stone, but the operator can also rotate the blade 90 degrees and it can do all of the vertical cuts, or you can rotate it 180 degrees and do the close to the ceiling cuts. Let's get in here and get a little closer and see if we can't see some of the operation here. But you can see it's totally remote control. The gentleman's got the pouch in front, got all the controllers to the machine. You can see the blade there just started up. He's basically gonna insert it into the stone. But it's basically just, like I said, a giant chainsaw that is cutting into the stone, and he gets to sit here and watch it all day. So yeah, this is their newest machine. They have some other machines out there. You can see all of the dust that it accumulates here in the cutting process. They have a little skid steer that does the maintenance cleanup here, cleans up all around it. But I mean, that's pretty much what you get for mining stone here. Now, the stone slabs that they're cutting, they measure about 4 by 6 by 8 foot. They weigh about 30,000 pounds, I'm told. So they're not something that you can mess around with or push out of the way by yourself. You definitely need, you know, heavy equipment, and there's a couple front end loaders that are running around here, hence the 16-foot mark. They need some operational distance there to get that machinery in here and working. Now, after they cut the stone, the question is, okay, how do you evacuate that stone from the wall, given that it's only cut on 4 sides, but it's still attached on that back side? Well, part of the answer is right here. You can see in the cuts here, they have some styrofoam basically left over. This is nothing more than 1/2-inch EPS foam. So that gets inserted into the cracks at predetermined locations, and then they slide an air pillow in there. And the air pillow, they basically inflate it, overpressurize it, until it snaps the stone. And when the stone snaps, then they can get in there with a set of forks, grab the stone, and basically retrieve that stone and evacuate it from the hole. Now, I was talking with one of the engineers here, and he said it took them a while to learn about the EPS foam because they used to just come out, slide the air pillow in, pressurize it, and try and snap the stone. Most of the time, they were highly successful, but a lot of the time, they would end up just snapping the front face off of the stone and not capturing the whole block of stone. And that's where they learned that if they inserted some EPS there to help absorb some of that energy and make it a little less of a punch at that stone, that they would be able to evacuate that stone and snap it in its entirety and not basically snap that front face off. We got one more machine over here. This one is actually, I mentioned, this one's cutting the floor out. So this machine is quarrying. We're at our deepest part in the mine. I think we're at something like almost a mile in. We're about a couple hundred feet down. It is 60 degrees in here. It is a very consistent temperature. It's actually quite humid. If I rub that dust off, it's not dry, it's actually kind of pasty. So there's a certain humidity down here that's a little higher than normal, but you're not sweating because it's at 60 degrees. But the machine over here, that is the one that comes by after these, and it's basically on a set of rails, and what it's doing is cutting out the stones below our feet. So let's go check that one out. How long was that? Oh, that's all right. All right, so we're over here. You can see this is their floor machine. It's on a set of rails. Try and find the blade. Actually, if we go on the other side, I think you'll get a little better look. You can see here, she's moving the machine this way, so we can see some of the previous cuts that have been made. And you can see here, you can see the whole grid line of where that machine is cutting. You can see it's cutting right there and then spitting it out. Just like the other machine, they have to clean that dust out. But we're getting that floor cut. Now, I can't help but think, man, the Egyptians probably wish they had a machine like this back in the day, cutting all those stones for the obelisk. You know, that's what kind of I reference when I see this getting cut here, but that cut is, you know, it's about 4 foot plus down, and then all of these slabs, again, they'll insert the air pockets in there, they'll inflate them and snap these stones left or right, and then they'll be able to pull these out like a series of blocks, haul them away. I'm told that the weekly yield here is they get about a little over 100 blocks out of this mine a week. So on average, you're probably talking, 20 blocks a day that they're actually cutting and hauling out, but they wait until they get the whole section and then they just use one day to haul them all out. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed that. Steve Baczek, architect. I'm down here in Alabama with the Alabama Limestone Company, Vetterstone. They were very nice to allow us to come here, dive deep into their mine. That is actually the end of the mine there, I'm told. So everything there is all future work. So hopefully you enjoyed that video. Until next time, long live our buildings.